Hello everyone, welcome. So in today's video, what I wanted to do is show you a couple of poses that are my favorite with respect to spinal traction. I love poses that make my back body and my spine feel long and spacious, both horizontal and vertical. So I'm going to show you three poses. Please, just a caveat, these three poses are not a sequence, so they're not necessarily to be done in this particular order. They're just poses that I like. I want to share the setups with you and kind of take it from there. They are also prop intensive, and so if you're not familiar with using props the way that we do in Iyengar Yoga, it might be worthwhile to connect with a local teacher and just kind of have their eyes on you as you experiment. If you're confident, by all means, go ahead. Either which way, these are wonderful. I love these setups and I'm excited to share them with you. So I hope you enjoy them, and yeah, let's begin. Hey there. If you have a cranky back, stiff neck, if you're overweight, anxious, or if you simply don't look, feel, or resonate with the images of yoga on social media, you will definitely want to check out my online course, Iyengar Yoga Fundamentals. All right, for this first setup, you can see what I've done here is I've got the chair on the rubber, and then I've very intentionally put a bolster on the floor because it's actually quite handy if the bolster can slide. Okay, then on top of my chair, I have a blanket, and this is just to soften the chair. So you can put one blanket. If you feel you need more, feel free. That's there. And then in front of my chair, I've got two bricks, one flat brick with a tall brick on top. And this is a starting place. So you'll see how I'm going to use the props, and then you can decide if this is working for you and your proportion. Okay, the name of this asana is Chaturangasana, and it's a supported variation. Okay, so what you do is you're here in front, and then you're going to position yourself. You're going to position yourself through the chair, like so, and place the front of your pubic plate on the chair seat. Okay, then you bend your knees and you place your shins on that bolster. And the idea here, the reason why I like the bolster to be on the floor and not on the rubber, is because it's handy to just very easily be able to slide the bolster back such that your knees are dangling. Okay, the knees are not touching the ground, they're not touching anything. It's just my shin, sort of my ankle there, that's supported by the bolster. And this is key, okay, because as the knees descend, it just gives a little bit of a tug, a weight that pulls this lower back, pelvis, sacrum region down, okay, and we do want that. Then you have, sort of going in the opposite direction, your head. And here it's just quite lovely if you can support the forehead, like so. And then I'll just usually turn my palms up. Sometimes I even rest them just here on the side of this lower brick, like so. And then I just completely give in to the setup. So you allow the knees to pull down and let the sacrum, tailbone region move towards the leg side. And then you've also got that nice width across the upper back. Head is moving towards the head side, towards the bricks. And everything is supported, right? When the front body is supported, there's a lovely response to the breath. It's almost like the back body gets irrigated a little more freely, a little more easily. And then you have this tension, right? This good tension pulling toward the knees and from the head, and just gently opening up all the spaces there along the spine. And you can stay in this position for some time, like 5 minutes, 7 minutes, see how it is for you. But when I need to release my back, this is a beautiful option. Okay, and then I'm gonna come up now. Yeah, so that is Chaturangasana. Again, key points, the knees are hanging. That I feel is the most important aspect of the pose. Sometimes you have to finesse a little bit the height here, so given the proportions of your body, the height of the chair, the thickness of your bolster. Also play with your positioning a little bit. If as you come forward, anything is caught, like the breathing is challenging, then it's not correct, right? You got to adjust yourself. The breath should flow freely, and you've got this traction happening. Okay, play around with it, and you know, feel free to let me know how you make out with it. I would be curious to know. All right, so for this next asana, you'll need 2 chairs, 2 bricks, a blanket, and if you have access to a second mat, I would use that as well. Okay, you can see here how I've set it up. I've got 1 chair on the rubber, and then the second chair is intentionally off the rubber so that it can slide. Okay, I've taken 2 bricks, and Banjo's blocking it a little bit, but just a flat brick underneath the legs here of the chair so that you can see this chair is angular. Then I've taken my second mat, which is my favorite mat that I like to work with. It's just so great for doing stuff like this, folding it up and using it in different places. So if you tend to practice with a really thick mat, you might, you know, want to consider as another yoga prop one of the thinner mats for this purpose. Anyway, I folded it in 4, and now I've placed it on the back of the chair, and then the blanket on top here. Okay, now if you have the yoga chairs, these backless folding chairs, this chair here, in this position, it would be good to use it. This second chair can really be anything. It can just be a piece of furniture, it can be like any kind of chair, and you'll see why. It's just there for a little bit of, you know, safety, a little bit, give you a little bit extra confidence. Okay, so this is an Uttanasana of sorts, a hanging Uttanasana, and it's a great option if you don't have access to a rope wall. Okay, so it's sort of in lieu of a rope wall. It's working with the same principles that we worked in the Chaturangasana, where you're giving yourself traction, you're hanging, the legs are pulling in one direction, the torso is going in another, and you just really give yourself that beautiful opening throughout the spine. Okay, so as you're facing your chair seat, you're going to come up here like so, and again you need to position the pubic plate. Okay, so right now this is my abdomen, but I'm going to reach for stability here for this other chair and get more of my pubic plate there onto the chair back. Okay, so again, this is, you can see how I'm using the second chair. It's just handy. Yeah, you get that there, the abdomen flesh is free, and then you can slowly start to slide the chair away and let yourself hang here like this. Okay, don't let the legs come way up, right? If you were to reach the legs way up, you're going to be too top heavy. So the legs are the counterweight. The legs are going down, but the torso is also going down. And then just be here, breathe. And once you feel confident, once you've kind of gotten used to the position, see if you can really let the arms also hang. So turn the palms up so that you're not resisting gravity, right? Like when the arms are down, you're sort of pushing. You want to really see if you can let yourself hang like this. And just be here. Enjoy this. Let gravity do its thing. And let the sides of your body hang down. Let go through the back of your neck. Imagine as well like there's weights on the heels, so the legs are pushing down, heels are pushing down, and the torso is also releasing down in the opposite direction. Okay, you can be here again for as long as what feels good. And then on the way up, you push the floor down. I'm pushing the bricks, and then my legs start to descend. Reach for the chair just to give you a little bit of help on the way up, and then slowly make your way back down. Okay, when you come out of this position, it's a full inversion. So, especially if you spend a little bit of time there, come up slowly, take a moment. If you need to recover yourself, you may even want to go to a wall for a moment and just recompose yourself. Okay, the last asana that I want to show you is Ardha Halasana. So for this pose, this asana, you need your regular shoulder stand setup. For today, I'm showing you sort of a quick setup with 2 bolsters. This will be for my shoulders, and this will be just a little lift here to help me get my buttocks over. And then I'm showcasing you, I'm very excited about this, a new prop that I recently acquired, which is a Halasana box. And it's very exciting in the Canadian Iyengar Yoga community because we have a new supplier who's making these amazing Iyengar Yoga props locally in Canada, in the Toronto area actually. So I'm going to put the link to his website in the description below. Feel free to check it out. Do support if you're looking to acquire props. And yeah, so this Halasana box is a large Halasana box. I am quite short-limbed, and so in some ways this Halasana box is a little bit too tall for me, but it's perfect for what I want it to do, which is give me some spinal traction. Right? So it's a little bit veering away from maybe the classical asana, but it gives me exactly what I need as far as opening up that lumbar region. Okay, so I'll show you how I'm going to use it, like so. Okay, I'm going to lay down over my shoulder stand setup, just the way you normally would, with the shoulders well planted, and then swing over to Halasana. And the idea here is for your thighs to end up on the box. Okay, so I walk nice and high up onto my shoulders, and then I slide. So again, the wooden prop is as much as possible here on the floor as opposed to the rubber, which allows me to slide it in as much as I can, and then I further walk my hips over. And what this does is it just gives me a sense as if my hips are like being held here, and then all this really just gets to release. Okay, if someone were to put like weight on my legs, the feet could go down a little bit more. That would also feel good, but just like this is quite lovely. And then I just release my arms to the side. Okay, this is divine. I love this pose. Okay, I kind of want to stay, but I'm going to come out. Now the Halasana box is deluxe. It's really lovely to have. However, if you don't have one, you can recreate something similar, right? You can swing your legs over to a chair, maybe stack a bolster or so, or bolster with blankets on top of the chair, and that might serve you really, really well. So yeah, those are 3 of my favorite poses for spinal traction. When I'm having a not so good day and things are just feeling tight and kind of achy, maybe even pinched in there, these poses really do serve me. So I hope you enjoy them, and please do feel free to let me know how you made out. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.